All right, folks, welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm joined with Juan O Savin. Juan, a lot is going on right now. It looks like Iran is being overthrown by its own people. The banking system is collapsing. What the hell's going on over there? And you said earlier that it's because of silver. If that's the case, could we see that happening in America?
No, the one is not connected to the other in any way, shape, or form. What's happening in Iran is that the currency has collapsed, and silver took it over the top over the last several weeks, in part. People in Iran, the banking system in Iran, do depend on the outside world for a lot of things. And it's been coming, but this environment internationally has broken their back. The president of the Iranian central bank resigned, another person was put in, but currently the rial is trading at $1.5 million rial to $1 US. So, and you have to understand, you go back just a few years even, Iran was able to transact oil. Going back to the Shah and prior to that, Iran was a very rich country, and they've fought wars with Iraq. They've spent money. They've got money in quite a bit, but their system is just like all these types of systems that are Marxist, really, has collapsed. And the people of Iran, the one thing, I've mentioned to this audience several times, this is the fastest growing Christian population on planet Earth. And so there's been an internal transition in Iran, not just that it's going away from Islamic ways of operating and the Islamic leadership, but the void is actually being filled with a faith-based population, Christian population. So we have people that are pastors or missionaries, whatever you want to call it, who've gone to other countries in the region, other Islamic countries even, but been meeting underground and then coming back to Iran with the free travel, the ability to travel freely to other parts of the world. And this has been ongoing. In a number of the communities, the Christian population has let both military and policing authorities know that they will not, as has been happening, say, back during the Obama administration and early on in the Biden administration, they won't back down. If the police or the military come to target Christians for resisting the Islamic rule, the government rule, you throw a bomb in my kid's house, I throw a bomb in your grandma's house. We are not going to be easy targets. They're going to fight back. And so right now, the protests over the last 2 days have been growing rapidly. It was a few 100,000, it's 1 million, it's a couple million people in the streets around Iran right now.
Crazy, man.
And they're calling for the removal of the Islamic leadership around Iran. And
so this is happening in real time right now.
Right now, yeah. So, and of course, the question is, will the military try to come against them? And part of this, you have to go back when Israel attacked Iran. There was a lot of assistance from people in Iran showing where the anti-aircraft batteries were, and there was very precise targeting of the military systems that would have attacked those aircraft, including anything we sent over to go take out the nuclear bunkers. And so the people of Iran are voting by supporting, if you will, they're like the French resistance, trying to assist to get outside help, because they have tried to protest several times over the last couple decades. And each time the military and the police have wiped out huge portions of the population. And
so the Iranians, the people want this rogue regime out of the country, correct?
Well, they want them out of power.
Out of
They want
power,
them
right?
out of power. Yeah.
Iran's president says countries in full-scale war with U.S., Israel, and Europe. So is he
Well,
trying
hold on. This is a really important point. If you're watching it on British TV, if you're watching it on CNN, any of that captured media, they're repeating what the government officials in Iran are saying. And they're trying to deflect what the Iranian people are doing and say that it's Israel, the US, other stuff. That is not what's happening. This is a move by the Iranian people, by the millions, to displace, remove a government which is tyrannical. Okay, and they want out from under this tyrannical government. The people of Iran, in large measure, are not good with the money being spent to create nuclear weapons or even to try to destroy Israel. It's a deflection of where they're really at. And the Iranian government wants to use it by creating a boogeyman to cover over what's going on with the people. The people are struggling. They're, now that the currency is broken, they can't transact. They can't buy gas. They can't buy goods. They got to trade for it. With the banking collapse in Iran, it's like the final straw. So this is far from over. Even
So
in
well, my
taking
question is,
down the
what are
current
going to be the
government, there's
effects?
going to be
What are the
drama. Go ahead.
okay, so drama, but how is this going to affect us? How is this going to affect other economies? If this is happening in Iran, where else could we see this happen?
Well, I don't know that you would extrapolate that something happened in Iran is somehow going to affect us or even a lot of other countries, with the exception, Iran is exporting terrorism. They're supporting terroristic activities all across the world, a dozen countries across the world. So they're not going to be able to afford to do that. Think of what happened when the Soviet Union collapsed and the Berlin Wall came down. They couldn't export a lot of their mischief to Afghanistan, to Nigeria, or Nicaragua. They had enough problems at home, and it took a decade for that to wash through and start to get back on any kind of an even keel. Iran will probably go quite a bit faster. Once the mullahs, the Islamic regime, are no longer in power, they'll reset their government. There will be a reach out to Western liaisons of, the U.S., Israel, everybody, to try to help them get back in their feet. And we will do that. And then help them to do elections and get true representation.
I'm just going to say this. People are really sick and tired of what it looks like every time Benjamin Netanyahu comes to America and tells, snaps his fingers. And I'm just going to say it. This is just what people are thinking. Benjamin Netanyahu comes to America, snaps his fingers for Trump to jump, and Trump says, how high? Trump threatens Hamas.
That is a total falsehood. And in fact, this is a total falsehood within this community. That is a falsehood.
I'm just stating what
I
people
know
are
that it's repeated. It's because they have great PR. That
Trump
doesn't make it
Hamas,
what's going on.
warns Iran more strikes after Netanyahu talks. So, are we going to strike Iran again? And is it because
no? If we strike, we're striking where they're attacking their own people. Does that make sense?
We're going to take out the illegitimate
If
rogue.
they're attacking their own people, we will help by not letting them get away with it. Okay? And by the way, if they're exporting terrorism, look, if they got the nuclear devices, if they got even a dirty bomb halfway put together, and they were going to use it, they could have used it anywhere around the world. They're in a dozen places. Remember this. This crew that's running Iran right now is the responsible, in part, for several million people dead in the Congo right now. For a million people dead there in Sudan and Yemen. okay? They've been doing all sorts of mischief all over the world. They're not clean hands. And if we have to go in there and protect the people from their own government, we'll do that.
I'm just saying, I'm just going to say what the people are voicing, and that is
Okay, you know what?
hold on.
I'm going
Let
to
me
just
say
say,
it. Let me just say it.
hold on, Nino, stop. I've heard all that.
We're
Let
bombing
me draw a
Iran. We're
clear
bombing
line.
Nigeria. We're bombing Venezuela. Juan, it just is what it is. That's what people are saying. That's what people are getting
We're
really
not
mad
bombing
at.
Venezuela. How is that helping the Israelis?
I'm just saying we are striking Venezuela. We're striking Nigeria.
We're not striking Venezuela.
We just hit a land
We're
dock
blocking
right
them
now,
with a blockade.
and we
We're
just
hitting
strike
the
the
boats
dock.
that are transporting drugs.
And we just struck inside Venezuela yesterday, or it was a dock. We hit the dock where they're loading the drugs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're striking inside their country now.
Well, I mean, if they're going to load drugs, come and kill Americans with them, which is what they intend to do, going right at the
I'm
heart
just
of
saying, Juan, is this really, I mean, is it, there's a lot of minerals and there's a lot of oil at stake. That's all I'm saying. Are these just covers, Christian drugs? I mean, I'm just saying what the people are saying, man, what I'm getting emails about.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
trying to
get
help. Hold
thousands
on,
of
Nino.
emails.
I am trying to help. I want these people to understand. Just because a few people are very vocal and make all these accusations doesn't make what they say true. You're watching a very involved operation to try to form opinions against Trump in a highly political environment and to turn people away from what we're doing as a country to defend not just ourselves, but the world. Now, first off, let me go through this with a couple of points. To say that Trump is jumping to do anything Netanyahu wants is a total, complete fallacy. We have gone after Iran, so Iran isn't doing terrorism around the world. When they do stop the potential of a nuclear weapon and the ability to export Quds forces to the Congo, is that to help Iran? I mean, is that to help Israel? No, fuck no. Come on, man. When we're striking in Venezuela, we're trying to stop drugs coming into the U.S. They're killing American kids by the thousands and thousands. Every one of those drug boats, there was an estimation just based on the quantity of drugs and the number of kids that get them and that die secondhand. Every one of those boats is probably on an average killing 500 American kids.
So
we just let it go. We just back off and let them go.
No, I agree with that 100%, Juan. But I'm just saying,
500, man. Which kid is it going to be? Which parent doesn't get a hold of whatever? And remember, I was watching something with a police officer the other day, who just happened to touch some of the fentanyl and didn't realize it was there, and all of a sudden they're fighting for their lives.
Jeez,
those grains are so potent, Nino.
I know.
This is an attack on America. And also it then funds them. So you have to stop it. We're going right to the heart of the thing. We're not letting them, why do it out at the harbor? We might save a bunch of poor peasants that, are trying to do it for money and take the dock out, and they can't even do it there. We've tried to stop them out at sea. Okay, well, let's go right to the heart of it. And by the way, when it's a terroristic operation, we can go into other countries legally and take it out at the heart. This is an international terrorist operation. The government is there through fraud. Maduro is not the legitimate leader of Venezuela. And by the way, in Iran, the same election that gave us Biden gave them those mullahs. Figure it out. And that's not for Netanyahu. Netanyahu may be in the game. Why do we want him over here so he's on a tight leash?
All right,
All
Juan.
of
So
that arms work that was done in Saudi Arabia and Qatar was
So
to
I have
stabilize the Mideast so they don't have that excuse like they're going to be attacked tomorrow. This
So I
is
have some-
actually
all right. So I'm
brilliant.
going to ask you some hard questions, some serious questions on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏TV right now, and I want to ask about how are we saving Israel for last? Can we talk about that on .tv?
Sure.
All right, folks. I'll see you because I really want to know, and I want to know how this is going to go down. All right, folks. We'll see you at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏TV. Juan, thank you. Also go to 𝗧JenniferMack.com. 𝗧JenniferMack.com. What do you got going over there right now, Juan?
Well, of course, the silver. In fact, we're about to announce something probably in the morning, and that'll be out for our coin for 2026. So, anyways, something superb, really cool. So, anyway, I'll talk
All right.
about that.
So we will talk about saving Israel for last on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏TV. Correct, Juan?
Sure.
All right. Fair enough. I'll be asking those questions there. All right, folks. See you over there.